Hey Star Fam, thanks for tuning in. We're here again today for another quick energy check-in using the Mystical Manga Tarot deck. Okay, so getting right into it. I do hope you're all keeping well. This is just going to be a quick energy check-in to see if we can get a bit of a snapshot to see what is going on with my Star Fam. As it's a general reading, it might not resonate with everyone. If not to worry, I've got plenty of other readings posted. Feel free to have a look through my channel. I'm sure you'll find a reading that will resonate with your situation. Okay, so getting right into it. Let's see. What are the energies like with my Star Fam? What is going on with my Star Fam? Oh, okay. So, first card to flip over was the Hanged Man. Sorry guys, I didn't notice that at first because, again, when I shuffle, I usually do it with my eyes closed, so yeah. Anyways, Hanged Man, so you could be, I believe, Pisces, I think. Although it's not gender or sign specific, but Hanged Man is a major arcana card, and usually it's a period of being patient, really. You know, could be feeling like things are at a standstill, but as opposed to feeling stuck, like with the Eight of Swords, this is more of a, more just knowing that you have to be patient. So like, for example, let's say, you know, you're applying for a new job or you're applying for a university or something. You know what I mean? It's like, you put all your applications in and now you just wait. You know what I mean? There's nothing else that you can do. You just have to wait to get your replies. You know what I mean? So it's just like kind of a waiting period. You know? Active waiting, but like being patient about it. You know? It's like patiently waiting, so to speak. So it could be that things are feeling like they're at a bit of a standstill right now in your life. Things might be going slow. You know what I mean? It could be that you just haven't got anything really exciting on at the moment. But it's like, it's almost like you're just kind of enjoying the silence while it lasts, you know? Next card out we've got is the Queen of Coins. Okay, so Earth sign, as coins, pentacles is the arcana dealing with Earth. So, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, although not necessarily. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a female, not gender or sign specific again, guys. But in general, this is usually a female earth sign. So you could be just on a break at the moment. You know what I mean? Queen of Coins is usually somebody who is quite practical, down to earth, usually a successful businesswoman. If not, she could very well be a homemaker as well too, but she's, you know, a homemaker who's very, again, practical, good with a budget. You know what I mean? Somebody who handles wealth very well, whether it's hers or somebody else's. You know what I mean? So again, this could be, you could be a businesswoman of some sort, could be self-employed, you know what I mean? But it's like, you're kind of in a position right now where you're taking a break. You know, just looking at these two figures, both of them kind of have their eyes closed, you know, and they're looking quite serene. You know what I mean? So again, this kind of feels like a break. Could be doing some meditation. But if it's not like a spiritual break, it's just like taking a break away from work, away from responsibilities. You could be waiting for a new opportunity to present itself. Could be waiting for contracts to be signed. You know what I mean? But I definitely get the feeling that you're in a position where you're waiting for a check to come in. But yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit more info. Okay. Oh, okay, we'll get to those in a second. It's quite a few have turned over. All right, so where'd that last card go? All right, there's two that fell. Bear with me a second while I grab them, you guys. Sorry. address those after. Sorry, guys. All right, so first few cards to present themselves. We've got the Seven of Swords, okay. Three of Wands. Eight of Cups. The Nine of Wands. The Knight of Coins. Sorry, guys. Hang on. The Emperor. Okay, the Moon. All right. I think I kind of see where this is going already. Okay, and then we've got the Four of Wands and the Two of Swords. Yeah, So someone has to make a decision. Looks like you're taking some time to contemplate your future, some future decision and how your business is going to go. But yeah, let's take it from the top, shall we? Sorry guys, just want to make sure that you guys can see as well as possible. You know what I'm like. I like you guys to be able to see all the cards on the table. We'll get to those. All right, so Seven of Swords. Right, so Seven of Swords is usually, swords, we'll start, minor arcana card. Swords are about air, so communications. It could be an air sign, although not necessarily. So we got Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, although looking at this, we've got kind of representation from all suits. So you could be, any star sign, so, let's not think too deep into that. It's more about like the essence of the card, the energy, the characteristics more than the actual signs themselves, okay guys? But anyway, so with the Seven of Swords, this is usually about like sneaky behavior, you know what I mean? As you can see, this person, it looks like she's kind of running away with some swords, like she's stealing them, or basically trying to get away, make some kind of a getaway. You know what I mean? So this could be somebody stealing from you. This could actually be theft. This could be you stealing from someone. As well as this is usually about some kind of, again, sneaky behaviors. Although this doesn't necessarily have to be anything like bad. Like, for example, depending on the cards around, this could be just plotting something in secret. So if you're like trying to throw a surprise party, for example, for someone, this card might come up. So guys, don't worry, it doesn't necessarily always have to be bad. But in this situation, I kind of feel like this feels more like a secret plan. You know, I kind of feel like the reason why this Queen of Coins here is taking some time out is because, again, she's really kind of contemplating her future in, it looks like a business. It could be a relationship. And again, sometimes when the Seven of Swords comes up for me, it could represent a situation where you're in a situation, again, a relationship, a job, whatever. You're in some kind of a situation that you don't really want to be in. You know what I mean? So it's like you're kind of just kind of want to get out no matter what, and it's like you're just kind of grabbing everything that you can and leaving behind what you can't manage with you. You know, and making kind of a quick exit, a quick escape. You know, so it's almost like this Queen of Coins, she's taking some time out because the situation that she's in right now, she really doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean? So it's like she's making some kind of plan to just kind of like kind of get out of there, even if having to do it under the cover of the night. You know what I mean? And I kind of get the feeling that as well with the eyes up here, it's like being under a watchful eye. You know what I mean? So it could be that if this is a work thing, some of you guys are being micromanaged. You know, like you're constantly under this watchful eye of someone, or you feel like someone's spying on you and like stealing your ideas, kind of thing like that. And that's part of the reason why, you know, you want to get out of the situation that you're in. Some of you, it could be like an overbearing in-law, overbearing parent, overbearing partner. You know what I mean? Taking it as it resonates, but it's like you almost, you can't move. You're feeling almost, because again, a 7, the next card is the 8 of Swords, and that's kind of feeling restricted. You know, it's a person who's standing, and they're bound, and they've got like 8 swords around them, and they've got their eyes bound, you know, so it's kind of like feeling like imprisoned, and it's like this person wants to avoid that feeling of imprisonment, because again, if you're looking at the cards, you know, in order, next to the 7 you've got the 8, and it's like, you know, she's running away from that. You know, it's like she sees what's coming for her next, what's next in store for her, and it's like, no, I don't want a piece of that, I'm gonna run. You know what I mean? So I kind of get the feeling that this Queen of Coins is contemplating her position right now, you know, and she's really somewhere she doesn't want to be and just wants to get out of there. Again, this could be to start a business of your own. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, it's like she just, you know, she's making some kind of plans because she doesn't want to be where she is right now. And I kind of get the feeling that that's what this Hanged Man is. You know, it's just taking that time to really reconnect and come back in balance with you, with your soul, mind, body, spirit. You know what I mean? And thinking about what's really going to make you happy. And I feel like you already know what's going to make you happy. And that's getting out of where you are right now. You know what I mean? Because again, with this next card that we've got here, this is the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands is usually about taking those first steps, you know, after the Ace of Wands, which is the original offer or the inspiration, and then the 2 of Wands, which is kind of making a plan. Then with the 3 of Wands, it's kind of taking those first steps to putting that plan in motion. So like you're, for example, planning a holiday or some kind of move, you know what I mean? So after all the planning is done, the planning and preparation of the 2 of Wands, then the 3 of Wands, you're ready to step out, you know what I mean? So definitely, again, you know, as you can see, we've got like 2 cards of somebody who's, you know, making those first steps to kind of get out of a situation, you know what I mean? And then next to it again, we've got the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something. Again, this could be another card about travel, but again, this goes back to if it's a job, if it's a relationship, you know what I mean? Whatever the situation is, you know, you got your cups lined up in a row, and they're all full, and that's all fine, dandy, good, and all, but the 8 of Cups isn't the 10, you know? It's almost there, but it's not quite the 10. It's not quite the happily ever after. So you know what I mean? It's like this person, again, they're taking the time to really think, you know, really think and meditate about their situation and their place. You know what I mean? And again, we've got another image where this person have got their eyes closed, you know? Again, coming back to that really, you know, like spiritual, almost like grace. You know, that feeling, that graceful feeling when you really find your center. You know, and it's like it's like deep down, you know, from that little voice that tells you that, you know, this isn't the good situation. And it's like you already know. Because I feel like, again, you already know that you're not happy there. And it's like, again, just taking that time to really sit with that, you know, especially if you're somebody who is somebody for whom security is really important. And if you're not really big on change, you know what I mean? And you really like that, you know, just the security of knowing that you've got a job, you know, of knowing that you've got that income, and not having to worry about that. I kind of get the feeling that if you're that, especially that kind of person, something like a move would be something that you would resist. You know, because again, it's like you're somebody, the Queen of Coins is somebody who's very practical, and this is somebody who very much would make that sacrifice to stay in a position in a job where she might not necessarily be happy, but you know what, it makes some good money, and she can take care of her household because of it, you know, like the kind of job, not too happy, not the greatest, again, like I said, not necessarily horrible for some of you. This isn't necessarily horrible, again, because there is an element of happiness about it, you know, with the 8 cups. You know, the 8 cups lined up and they're all full, you know. Home is taking care of it, it is paying the bills, but still, it's just something, there's that something that you just can't live with, and it's like deep down you know that you can't live like that forever. You know what I mean? And so now that's why you're really looking towards your future right now, you know, long term. Because again, we've got this 9 of Wands, and as I was just mentioning, the 9 of Wands is about not giving up, even though you want to give up. You know, fighting the good fight, and you know, this is usually the card of the wounded warrior. Traditionally, in the tarot, this is a picture of a warrior, and they've got the wands lined up behind them, but they're, you know, they're battered, they're bruised, they've got like their head bandaged, and they've got, I believe, their arm and their legs bandaged. So you know, it's the wounded warrior who never gave up, but and because of that ended up victorious, you know what I mean? But it wasn't an easy battle. So again, this is kind of going back to what I was saying about the Queen of Coins being the type of person to not give up so quickly on this situation, even if she wasn't completely happy there, because she knows she's got responsibilities that she needs to take care of. And again, even though, you know, it wasn't perfect, but it did, you know, pay the bills. But again, it's just coming to terms with deep down knowing that you're not happy there, and just, you know, finally like making that decision that change needs to be made. Okay, and I say finally, I get the feeling that you guys, if this is a job, you know, that again, you did stick it out for a long time, even though you weren't completely happy, even though it wasn't a complete 10. You know what I mean? You did stick it out for quite some time. And, you know, again, you did prosper from it, because with the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight of the deck. You know what I mean? But he's also the guaranteed success. So I kind of get the feeling that things could have been slow as far as your progression, you know, as far as getting raises, getting promoted. You know what I mean? That could have been a part of the reason why you're not happy. Could have been passed over for promotions a few times, or it could have been just like the company just not offering promotions to anybody, period, you know, because of the global situation or what have you. But I kind of get the feeling that, you know, you really stuck it out. Again, the Knight of Coins, somebody who's very thorough, dots all their I's, crosses all their T's, and it doesn't matter like how perfect you did the job. It's like the money, the offer was still slow in coming. You know, offer for advancement, for a raise, progression, whatever, you know, it's slow in coming. But again, there's just that feeling of wanting to stick it out, because, you know, it does pay the bills and what have you, does take care of the family, does take care of yourself, but it's not, you know, it's just everything's moving way too slow for you. You know, it's just happening way too slow. And as a result of that, it's like, I get the feeling that some of you are even thinking about creating your own company, you know, because we've got the Emperor out here. Emperor is a major arcana card, and the Emperor is, I mean, the Emperor. You know what I mean? This is like the divine masculine, representing of the divine masculine, so somebody who's very logical, structured. The Emperor, he's like the ruler of the whole kingdom. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who's very much a leader. So this is someone who is very much your CEO, entrepreneur kind of deal. This is like the head person, the head honcho, who runs everything. You know what I mean? And so again, I'm definitely getting entrepreneurial, wanting to break out, do your own thing, be your own boss, be your own leader. You know what I mean? And again, this doesn't necessarily mean like a Fortune 500 company, you guys. This could be something like your own YouTube channel. Maybe you want to do something Etsy. This could actually also be something creative because with the moon next to it, another major arcana card usually represents Cancer. The Emperor is usually Aries, although again, not necessarily sign specific, guys. But the moon is about like hidden emotions. You know what I mean? So this could be like a hidden talent as well too, something that means a lot to you, some hidden feelings, something that is inspired by your deep down emotions. So again, this could be something creative. The moon again is usually very watery, creative, as well as spiritual, emotional. You know what I mean? So it could be like some of you, it could be that you've got a story to tell. Like this even, again, could be like an author. It could be something creative. It could be like an Etsy store. It could be something like, you know, selling secondhand on eBay. This could be YouTube. This could be something artistic. This could be just something in a completely different field. You know what I mean? But I definitely get the feeling that you really want to branch out and kind of like be your own boss. Something where you can set your own rules. You know what I mean? Like even like Uber, you know what I mean? Where you can set your own hours. You know what I mean? But I definitely get the feeling that you just, it's like you want to do something a little bit more independent. Start your own company somehow. Just do your own thing. Could be that some of you just really want to progress to like that managerial role. But there's definitely a feeling of taking more of an initiative and working more for yourself and looking out for number one a little bit more, you know, as far as your ambitions go. All right. And then the next card, again, I touched on it a bit before, but we've got the moon card. Now, again, as I did mention, as it could be about this wanting a creative new start. Again, the moon is about secret emotions. You know what I mean? So again, I feel like part of this could be worry about the unknown. Some of you could be just afraid of the unknown. And again, as I mentioned before, wanting to branch out on your own, but also kind of that sense of fear, because we've got in the background these two wolves. Now, traditionally, in the tarot, one is a dog and one is a wolf, and that usually represents, you know, your inner domestic side versus your inner wild side. So it could be like, you know, do I want to just look for another job and continue with the grind, or do I really want to just, you know, do my own thing and really run wild, you know, and take that more assertive leadership position and do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And again, this kind of, I get the feeling, comes back to a certain amount of fear of the unknown. It could be that none of you have ever, like, started your own business before, so you don't exactly know what to do. But saying that, again, you are somebody who is, I feel like you might be selling yourself short, because you are presenting as a Queen of Coins. So I kind of get the feeling that you are better at this business stuff than you do give yourself credit for. You know what I mean? I kind of get the feeling that what really, it's the cash. It's the cash flow. And I get the feeling that you're worried about getting into too much debt and not being able to come out with it. And just the general fears around not owning your own business. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, I feel like the Queen of Coins type of person is somebody who knows exactly how to run an office. So like if you work in an office, you understand like things like office management, you know, facilities, things like HR even. You understand how reception needs to run. You understand how accounts payable and receivable needs to be run. You understand how the IT team needs to run and the management behind it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like just from working in an office environment for as long as you have, it's like you understand the different roles and the way a business runs a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Because again, I get the feeling that, again, the majority of this comes down to fear about putting yourselves in too much debt. You know what I mean? It's really fear of the unknown, and it's just because you've never done it before. But it's like deep down, you know that this is something that you want to do, and this is something that you've wanted to do for like quite some time. You know what I mean? Anyways, the next two cards out we've got here are the Four of Wands and the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, again, going back to, this decision of, it could be, again, if this is a relationship, do I stay, do I go? You know what I mean? And if this is a business, I don't think this is a should I stay or should I go thing, because I kind of get the feeling that you definitely know you want to go. But I feel like this is more of a decision of, should I just look for another job, or should I start my own company? Should I do my own thing? You know what I mean? I kind of get the feeling that that's where this is, where that's what this main decision is. You know what I mean? But, and again, with the Two of Swords, it also usually, there's usually some element of feeling like you don't have enough information in order to make a decision, which again goes back to this whole fear of the unknown. You know what I mean? You don't know what to decide because, again, you don't know. You've never opened a business before, so you don't really know how to start, and there's that kind of, again, that fear of the unknown and feeling that you don't have enough information about it, and with the Four of Wands here, this is about stability. Fours are normally about stability, you know what I mean? But with the Four of Wands is usually about some kind of a celebration as well. This could be a celebration of a union, of a partnership. So this could actually, it could be a wedding, but although I feel like in this circumstance, in this situation, this feels more like going into a business partnership with somebody, as opposed to, because again, to not to completely kill romance, but you know what I mean, marriage at the end of the day is a contract, right? A contract between two people that you're going to establish a household. You know what I mean? And similarly, a business, you could think about going into a business contract with a partner, a business partner, with the intent to establish, some kind of business. So you know what I mean? So I feel like some of you, it could be, you could look for some kind of a partnership, a business partner. You could want to go into business with your partner as well, too. You know what I mean? And start some kind of a family business. Yeah, because look, bless, these two figures, looks like they could be the same person. Like, look, they've got the same dress on. You know what I mean? Look at their dress. So it could be that you want to go into business with your partner and start some kind of a family business. Oh, but you're not exactly sure of what to do. Okay. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups. So pages are usually the youngest member of the court cards. So again, this could be an idea, a creative new idea that's still in its infancy. So again, like I did say, that you guys might want to go into business and doing something that's a little bit more creative. You know what I mean? That could very much be indicative of that, as well as it could be, again, how you're feeling. Because even though you're presenting as a Queen of Coins, you are still very new to this whole new business thing, especially if this is something creative that you're working on. I mean, I say new to this creative thing. I feel like if it's something creative, this is something that you're already quite good at. This is an established craft. Like, for example, if it's like knitting or sewing, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is something that you're already really good at, especially if you're thinking about knitting and sewing items of clothing and selling them. They're obviously sales worthy. You know what I mean? But I kind of get the feeling that it's not that you're new to the craft. It's just that you're new to marketing and selling your craft. You know what I mean? So sorry guys, just got briefly interrupted there. But anyways, as I was saying, you're new to marketing and selling your craft, and you're just basically new to this whole starting and establishing a business all on your own in general. You know what I mean? Hence the Page of Cups. But yeah, apart from that, this definitely feels like thinking about going into starting some kind of family business. Or if not family business, again, some kind of a partnership. some kind of a business partnership, what either with a partner, again, this doesn't necessarily have to be like your husband, wife, spouse kind of spousal partner. This could also be like a family member, brother, sister, parents. You know what I mean? But it is very much coming. It's looking more like a spousal partner, to be fair. But again, taking it as it resonates, you guys. But again, looking at these cards again, with this Two of Swords, if you notice, his eyes are also closed. But again, he's looking quite serene as well. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That fourth image of, oh geez, and even with the Page of Cups too. You know what I mean? That look of serenity, you know? So I get the feeling that there's been a lot of like meditating happening, a lot of thinking, you know, and kind of really gathering more information. Because again, with the Two of Swords, there's usually that feeling of not having enough information. So it could be that you are still in the thinking about it, in the gathering information, in the researching mode of what it is that you are going to do moving forward. But there's definitely this drive to move forward and to kind of get out of the situation that you're in right now. Again, taking it as it resonates. If it's a job, which again, it is starting to look more like a job than it is a relationship. You know what I mean? Although as well as it could be like, you know, more than one that you're dealing with at the time. It could be both a job and a relationship. Again, taking it as it resonates. But it is looking kind of more career oriented. Okay? So definitely, guys, don't sell yourselves short. I know, again, you feel like you're new to this and you're feeling like you're still just a page when it comes to this new job, new opportunity that you're going to create for yourselves. You know what I mean? But definitely just take the time to get a bit more information if you feel like you need it. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing a bunch of research, you know, and asking for help from a partner, especially if your partner is into some kind of business as well too. Maybe you don't necessarily have to create the business together, but they can help you, help guide you if this is something that they've got experience doing themselves. You know what I mean? But there's nothing wrong with gaining a little bit more information, you know? Make sure that you guys make informed decisions. And that way you don't need to be so afraid, you know? You know, I definitely feel like the more information that you have, the less fear you'll have over taking this next, making these next steps. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean. All right, I think I'm going to close this out. And before I do, I'm just going to quickly grab an inspiring quote from the You've Got This deck. Okay. So let's see if we can get any words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words of advice. Oh, all right. Let's see what those cards say. Your potential is endless. Don't sell yourself short, you guys. And then there's something in you that the world needs. Your potential is endless, and there is something in you that the world needs. And I think, again, a lot of you are starting to realize this. You're starting to feel the pull of your spirit, you know, telling you that it's time. You know what I mean? It's time to move forward, you know? And your potential is endless, guys. Don't sell yourselves short, and don't let fear of the unknown stop you from moving forward with your plans, okay? You can do it, you guys. You got this. All right. Well, I am going to leave that here. I hope this helped bring a little bit of insight to your situation if it resonated. I do hope you enjoyed the spread. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe so you can join the Soul Tribe. And as always, wishing you a copacetic Earth experience.